What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Steve from CTB Gaming. We're back here with another banger video, and I'm with the crew.
What's up? It's your boy Dan.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ant.
And you know, since last video went so well, we brought ZK back. You know, introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Zero King here.
And he's gonna be here for the rest of the series.
Yeah. So today we're going to go to shooting. The top 19 shooting badges, worst to best, you know?
Yeah, we're gonna give you guys our tips and pointers on the shooting badges, all 19 of them, and rank them how well they go, like from effectiveness, you know. Alright, so let's get into the video.
Yeah. And number 19, we got arguably the worst badge in the entire 2K20 game. Pump Fake Maestro. There is never a need.
Do not use that badge. Do not use that badge.
Facts.
There's no discussion. Next one, Steven.
Alright, number 18, we got Flexible Release. Now, this badge is if you mistime it terribly.
Like Kevin.
Having it on bronze, you know, maybe. Shooting badges are a little bit different, but overall effectiveness is just not a good badge.
Yeah, only the bots need it, so.
I mean, like, yeah, it's a pretty bad badge. I mean, I'd say it's higher than a certain badge, but it's opinionated.
Alright, so now at number 17, we got Pick and Popper. So similar to Pick and Roller, you have to actually set the screen and hit the opposing player for it to register. Like, if you could just slip away and for the 3, then it'll be so much better of a badge, but since you can't, it's just not useful.
I ain't really got nothing to say. It's not useful.
I'd say it's still kind of a useful badge, but still, again, it's opinionated. I'd say it'd be more high than a certain badge.
That's why Daniel called it Pick Pooper. No cap.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest, that badge not useful. Just don't use it.
alright, so at number 16, we got Ice and Veins. Now I know what y'all thinking, Ice and Veins should be lower, but for non-shooting builds, having Ice and Veins could be helpful because they are going to try and follow you. I can't talk, my fault. They're going to try and follow you and turn on 5v5 or ret, and having this, you know, it just boosts your chance of making it in that critical moment.
Yeah, you don't want to get cussed out by the squad because you choked and you sold.
Yeah, like that badge, like, it is useful, but like, you still, like, it's useful, but you shouldn't equip it if you have a good free throw rating.
Yeah.
Alright, so number 15, another shooting badge for the non-shooting builds, we have Slippery Off Ball. Now this is really helpful for the inside bigs and the pure slashers for their 1 or 2 shooting badges. It helps them, it just helps you get open off ball. And since no one equips off ball pests, it's going to be uncontested for those back cuts and just getting open.
Yeah, Slippery Off Ball is just for the non-shooting builds. Other than that, if you like quick, you can get open off ball, or if you just have the ball, you don't really need it. So, like,
Yeah, it can help.
I don't think it's that good, but if you are a non-shooter, you can use it.
Alright, so at number 14, we got Deep Fades. So similar to, you know, what is it? Deep Hooks. It's no point of taking a deep fade if the close ones are so much more effective. Like 2 feet away, just back up post fade, it's a green. Like,
right, like, why put on the badge? Like, honestly. And then I don't know many people that do fadeaways anyway, but as Steven said, if you want to do them, just take them closer to the rim.
alright, so at number 13, we got Tireless Shooter. Now again, this year in 2K, stamina is a big deal. So it's in, like, sort of, it's getting to the badge that are decent to put on, like, bronze or silver, if you're a pure shooter, obviously. So Tireless Shooter, it helps you, like, when you're just tired, you can just shoot, you can still shoot it like the same ability that if you weren't tired.
Yeah.
Alright, so at number 12 we got Steady Shooter. Now, again, y'all might be thinking, why is this so high? Even though it completely takes away not completely, on Hall of Fame it's really good. It does the minus or the takeaway from the percentage chance of making an open 3 is minimized at Hall of Fame. And the contested shots you make, you can make 100% smothered greens. It's just really good for contested, but the open, it's not, it's just takes away. So that's why we have it not exactly in the middle, but right there.
Okay. Now y'all, some of y'all viewers might feel the same way. I personally feel that Steady, no matter how, like, it's okay on Hall of Fame, but like, especially if they're on bronze, it's not a useful badge. Because I mean, in reality, who really wants to take that many contested shots? I mean, if you want to take contested shots, then Deadeye would just help you much better. But still, that's just my opinion.
I thought you have to be kind of skilled to use a Steady Shooter on Hall of Fame.
It doesn't take any.
It kind of does take skill, because if you're open and you don't know your jump shot, you're not gonna make a lot of your.
But still, Steady literally reduces the chance of making open shots and just boosts people who just take a bunch of contested shots. It's not gonna help that much.
And that's why you need to know how to green your jump shot.
Yeah, and you need to jump shot without having Steady, so without having that greater chance of missing more shots.
But you can shoot more contested shots, which is.
Who wants to shoot contested shots?
Do you know how many times you get contested?
Right, you see all those yellows, Evan? Those.
No stuff, but then again, just.
And
you're not finna get wide
it gives you
open
almost
shots.
No, when. If you have Deadeye and Steady Shooter, both those at once, you're shooting 100% smothered shots and greening them. Tell me what badge can do that. Tell me what badge.
You mean to tell me there's people on YouTube who literally are greening, bro?
There are people
in Joe Knows, the GOAT. Shout out Joe Knows. Shout us out. Alright. So, at number 11, we got Hot Start. Now, we have Hot Start here because when you have this badge on, obviously, if you miss the first shot, it's pointless. So, you have to have some skill to use this badge, or at least some IQ. So, don't take, like, a shot you probably can't make with this badge. But when you do have it on and you make that first shot, the boost, it just keeps getting better and better after each shot you make. So, that I'll pair with a badge that we're going to mention later is a really good combo. So, at number 10, we got Volume Shooter. Volume Shooter, I think, if I'm mistaken, tell me Dan, but I think it occurs or kicks in at 6 shots, which is why it's not as high as it would be if it was just from the start. But still, the percentage it gets for you offensive threats who shoot most of the shots on your team is responsible for the scoring. It's a really good badge to have.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, so we're just gonna keep it moving. At number 9, we got Corner Specialist. Now, this is another badge that's really helpful for the non-shooting builds. You know, the lockdown in the corner or the rim shot, even though it can shoot, just standing in the corner and being able to let the point guard ISO and dot you in the corner, it greatly increases the chance of making it. And even for the point guard offensive threats or the scoring guard builds, fading to the corner, it just helps you so much more.
Yeah, and with Corner Specialist, like, it's been a badge in 2K for years and it hasn't disappointed, so put that badge on if you have enough upgrades.
Facts, all facts.
ZK? Okay, so at number 8 we have Green Machine. Now this is probably the most overhyped badge in the 2K community. It is so like
that's a bold statement.
It's true. Even though it's a good badge, having Hot Zone Hunter, I know obviously that's higher up, but Hot Zone Hunter is just a better badge to have. Green Machine, it works, which is why we have it in our top 10, like in the middle of the pack. But you know, having it, overhyping it, putting it on Hall of Fame when it's just other better badges to do is not a good idea. I'll say max out at like bronze or silver.
And the thing is about a Green Machine is you have to hit 2 greens in order for Green Machine to take effect. So,
Yeah,
like,
so it's effective, but you gotta hit greens before it comes into effect.
and if you can hit 2 greens, then I feel like you really don't need the badge.
Yeah. So, at number 7 we got catch and shoot. Now I personally would have this higher, but you know, we are a team, so we gotta do what the majority says. So we got catch and shoot in number 7 because it's a good badge, it's just not as useful as the other ones. I think we would max this out on silver because it's just not as good as it was in past years, even though it's still an effective badge.
Yeah, because you can make catch and shoot shots even without the badge these days. So there's no point of putting it past silver to gold or Hall of Fame.
At number 6 we got difficult shots, you know. Difficult shots got another buff, you know, in the last patch. And I would say this shot, despite what you may think, taking phase with it, it's smart, it works, but I feel like you can do phase without it. But you know, like YouTubers like Ticino, he does hop jumpers and spin jumpers. That's what it's really helpful for.
Yeah, difficult shots is very helpful. You know, I mean, fadeaways, they're not OP this year, so you don't really take them. But yeah, with the hop jumpers and all that, that's when it really comes into effect.
I feel like that badge is kind of underrated. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like that badge should be a top 3 badge in the game. Because I feel like, you see what people like Ticino and all them people have it on Hall of Fame, and what they be doing with it on Hall of Fame. So I feel like you need to have like a lot of skill at the game to use the badge to their max ability.
So, at number 5 we have one of the most underrated badges in the game, Clutch Shooter. Now, Clutch Shooter even takes effect when the score is at 14 in a park game or a Pro Am 3v3, and it greatly increases the chance to make the shot in a close game or late in the game. And for Pro Am and Rec, it's really good too. 5v5.
Yeah, so get you Clutch Shooter, guys. If you choose to play, actually, it works in all games, but especially if you're in a tight game in the 4th quarter and you need that nice little comeback, that's what you need, Clutch Shooter.
So would you say that people should get the badge on Hall of Fame?
No.
To be clear, we're doing effectiveness. So like, it's some badges below that maybe on Hall of Fame would be better, but Clutch Shooter on bronze and silver is really like effective. It's such a good badge, I would say. That's why it's here. So number 4, controversially, we have Hot Zone Hunter. Now I personally think it's one of the best badges in the game, but that's not what it's for. At number 4, Hot Zone Hunter comes in. I said that already.
Stupid!
Hot Zone Hunter gives you a boost for all your hot zones. So when you're shooting around, you should see the 4 arrows, and it could either be red or light blue. And if it's red, that means you have a hot zone. So a Hot Zone Hunter is, whenever you have a hot zone, it greatly increases the chance of you making it.
Yeah, and then the reason why it's not up higher is because you have to shoot your shots and make them at first just to get your hot zones. So you basically have to wait to put on Hot Zone Hunter, because if you don't have any hot zones, what's the point of the badge? That's why it's not up higher.
If you're a non-shooter, Hot Zone Hunter is a must to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you have to shoot to get the badge. Fuck.
You have to shoot to get all of the badges. Like they're shooting. All right.
Okay, wait up.
At number 3, we got Deadeye. So like Zero Kinger was mentioning earlier, Deadeye is probably just a better steady shooter, and he is 90% right. Deadeye only works on closeouts, so steady shooters just in general. But the reason it's so much higher is because, again, he said it does really increase the chance of you making contested jumpers when they're closing out on a late rotation or any rotation at all. And I would say get this one on Hall of Fame. Like, it's a really good badge.
Yeah.
Alright, so number 2, you know, the 2 that everyone has on Hall of Fame. Now, drop down below what you think we have in number 2. pause the video real quick. Alright, so number 2, we got range extender. Now, range extender is a must for any build that has more than 1 or 2 shooting badges. You need to have this on Hall of Fame or Gold or how you can get it. And it helps you. You can shoot up to 4 steps behind the 3-point line with range extender Hall of Fame.
Yeah, range extender took the place of limitless range, but it still has the same effect and goatedness. I know that's not a word, but goatedness to it.
So, we all know what was coming at number 1. We got quick draw. Now, if you don't have quick draw, just don't get the other ones, because you're not going to be able to release the shot. So, anything you want to say, Daniel?
Quick draw is a need.
Okay, wait. Oh, but you said you should have range extender and quick draw on Hall of Fame. I don't believe so.
Oh my gosh.
Look, if your jump shot is too fast, then like you shouldn't put quick draw on Hall of Fame. You should put it on Go.
But that only applies if you don't know how to release the ball when like you have a super quick release, really.
Well, I mean,
A quick jump shot is just better, so it's harder to contest.
So you just gotta learn the release and like how fast it is, and then just know, you know.
Again, this is subjective, but still, it depends on your personal preference, honestly.
Yeah, and this is ours. So, thank you guys for tuning in to the video. We will have the defense and playmaking ones coming up soon. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.